sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Word. This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. And I got Saf somewhere with me.
Yo, I'm in my building. You already see us on the scene, and we on the scene here. Can't wait to get into this conversation. Let's go.
Absolutely, a backdrop heavy. I got in the studio with me my guy, CEO Ro.
In the building. What's going on, man? Representing the OLF podcast.
Absolutely. And Saf, you want to introduce who you got on the Zoom with us?
Absolutely. We have this dope queen, Boogie Rose, is in the building.
Boogie!
Hey, y'all!
Hey, Boogie!
Hey, y'all!
One thing I want to start with is I appreciate both of y'all. Ro is somebody that I've known for a long time. I done ran through his high school hallways unbeknownst to the staff. Back in them days. Boogie, I ran into recently. We didn't really get to meet, but we was a part of the same mission on the same day. And what you said really touched me. It inspired me, and I was glad that Saf told me that she was able to link up with you afterwards to figure some things out. So I definitely glad that you was able to tune in with us, tap in with us today. That's dope.
Copy that.
Oh, thank you.
But could you start by speaking to your initiative and what you do?
All right, cool. Yeah. Well, my name is Boogie Rose, and honestly, I wear a lot of hats. I'm a teacher, a parent, a community member. But I think what we were talking about was pretty much just our community-based organization. Right. I don't like to call it a nonprofit because I feel like we should all profit from whatever we do. And also nonprofit has like a negative connotation on it. So I'm like, all right, well, let's call it the community-based organization because we based in the community. In the same way, everybody's going to hold me accountable. I'm holding my community accountable as well.
As you should.
Yeah. So we are an organization that's impassioned by the belief of empowering our youth, their families, and their communities by using art to inspire greatness. So, we use all kind of art. I'm a spoken word artist as well. I also do poetry. So, I'm using my gifts, and I legally want to change my name to Boogie Rose because it's kind of
legally.
Like yeah.
That's heavy. I like it.
Dope, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of like a Malcolm X thing. Like, you know what I mean? I believe in my art. I believe in what I do. I feel like it's a double entendre, too. It's like Boogie Rose. It's like Boogie. It's like the harmony of life. Music. Everybody can relate to music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I feel like, all right. And then Rose. If I rose and I can rise and I rose up through my circumstances, anybody can, too. And then Rose, because my Aunt Rose, she taught me everything. And then Rose, like the flower, roses. So
man, you got one of the illest names out now that you explain it.
Right?
Thank you. Oh, yeah, and also Boogie like music, like I always dance. I'm always dancing somewhere.
But that's dope. And I want to commend you on what you're doing. I definitely appreciate you. I speak all the time, and I was just speaking to Ro before we got on air about how everybody has lip service, everybody has time to type, everybody has time to complain, but it takes that much less or a little more energy to do something. And to do something on your level takes a lot more energy than that. So you are appreciated.
Oh, thank y'all so much.
Definitely give you roses.
Definitely give Rose her roses.
I appreciate
you. I was to say that. Absolutely. So you have your name can play on so many. You can play your name so many ways, but it was definitely dope to see you when we were at the Peace and Prosperity event at the Art Museum at the Rocky Steps. You told an amazing story, which I hope you can get into during this conversation. But it's just people like you who are necessary in our community. Like you're vital. Like you are, for me, I look at you as like the heart and air of the community because we need people like you who see it, who are faced with certain adversity or certain circumstances and change it into a positive light. And as you know, and as some of our viewers know, that's what I'm all about is positivity with On the Scene magazine. So I just want to commend you for the work that you've done in our community thus far and what you're going to do moving forward.
Wow, thank you. And I received that. I definitely received that. Thank you.
Now get into the story she's referring to.
Definitely. All right. So what happened was, first I gotta tell you, I'm from South Philly, right? So we don't take disrespect. Like I had to say that.
That's where Ro from.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you look familiar, but go ahead.
I was thinking that too about you. Okay. All right. So we don't take disrespect lightly. So as I grew a little older and I evolved, I mean, disrespect became different to me, right? So what happened was
that all the time.
Yeah. So July 15th, we found a storage bin wrapped in plastic. We had no idea what it was. It was actually on our block for like weeks. And we kept walking past it, everything. And then this guy actually happened to open it up. And what was inside was a dismembered body.
I used to live a block away from there.
31st and Wharton?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was 28th.
Okay. Yeah. So right on the corner, it was a lot, and the lot looked horrible. It looked like trash. So I'm not saying that that's okay to drop something there, but just to pretty much give you some imagery. So the bin was found there July 15th. And I was actually just coming outside. This might be divine intervention. I don't know. But I was coming outside. I was saying to my sister, this white guy, he's on the corner of the block. He looking at something. He doing something weird. The next thing you know, I seen the cops called, things of that nature. And I'm looking. I'm like, what's going on? So they finally told us that there was a body found in the bin. And I wound up looking at the crime scene at that point because it was taped off. And I seen some of my students. I'm also a teacher in South Philly. So I'm seeing some of my students, I'm seeing some of my neighbors, the children, and they're just looking at the crime scene, desensitized and all that. I'm like, this is going to leave a bad mark. I don't know what's going to happen. Then I'm looking at my youngins, my kids, and they're crying about it because they walked past this bin. So they're like, oh, man, we didn't do anything about it. Because I always teach them to be proactive as well. Oh, man, we didn't know. We could have called the cops. We could have did anything. We just didn't know. Then I'm thinking about my neighbor. So my neighbor who lives right next to the lot, her name is Gloria. So she actually leaves trash cans in her lot so that way we can put our trash out, kind of like community trash.
Littering.
Yeah. So I'm like, dang, like this is right in her section, her area. And later on, I found out that she tried to pick up the bin and, move it to the corner, just to put it out for trash. So I was just thinking to myself, I got a student here that's desensitized to this crime scene. I got my own children that have been walking past this. My neighbors have walked past this. This is going to be something traumatic. I don't even know how I was thinking like that, but I was just thinking that way. So I said, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to clean up the lot. We're going to clean up the lot and maybe just, I don't know, get some flowers or something. So that was Wednesday, July 15th. So I made this really emotionally impact video. I wasn't thinking anything of it. No Gun Zone reposted it on his page. And then by Saturday, July 18th, because this is the way I work, business minded, we wound up getting corporate sponsorships immediately from BJ's, I think from Home Depot. Councilman Johnson, he gave us a couple dollars for some food.
But definitely shout out who did give, because people never know where they can look. And it's these places in your neighborhood that's making money off your neighborhood.
Oh, exactly. Right. So BJ's, we're going to say Home Depot, and who else? Councilman Johnson's office. And I think that was all at that first Saturday. So this 3 days later. And also just a quick plug. This is something that I teach the youth. It's called immediate sponsorship. I believe I coined the term, and I'm teaching them like, listen, you go after what you want and don't stop till you get a yes. So we got a yes, we got some flowers, and we turned that lot into a garden. So immediately we was on it within 3 days. So July 18th, we started that. And then we also did it with the partnership of an organization called Philly Thrive. So from July 18th all the way up until now, every Saturday we've been working on that garden. I think I only missed maybe like 2 or 3 Saturdays. The first one was because we had another event. And then it was the last weekend because it was snowing. And I think some other weekend. But we've been out there consistently every Saturday, to the point where now we got a pantry out there. Dope. So we feed upwards to maybe 60 families every Saturday.
Great.
But I think people don't understand that, in order to feed families, it's supposed to be free food, but they trying to charge people out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you chase some boxes, they're like, yeah, well, you got to pay for a truck. Why do I have to pay for something that should be free? I'm still upset about paying for water. So like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people understand what it takes. Like, like I was telling you guys, I'm in school right now. I'm also teaching school. Mm-hmm. I'm a parent. I'm a girlfriend. So it's like I got all these responsibilities, but now I got to chase boxes during the week and then make sure I set them up on Saturday morning. I don't really get sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to it. And people don't understand that.
Well, we're going to bring more light to your situation and hopefully more resources, and we'll be out there with you when possible also. That's not a problem. Okay. I definitely respect the initiative, and like I said, when I said a block away, it's because it's on Wharton, and that's a block's distance, so I appreciate that for that neighborhood. That's dope.
Thank you.
Real quick, Ro, get into let the people know what it is that you provide for the people and what you do in life right now, man.
Oh man, I got a lot going on currently. I wear many different hats. Currently, I have a event coming February 19th.
Mm-hmm.
It's Poets and Laughter. It's a spoken word event. It's at Cast Studios, which is located 500 Edgemont Avenue, Chester, PA. Admission is $10.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dope vibe. I'm telling you, like, you can look on my page at official _CEO.ro, and you can see the talent that will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Dope talent. You know, just providing a platform for people to come out and express something positive,
Safe
something
space.
to touch the souls,
Mm-hmm.
giving you something other than hate music. You know what I'm saying? Or a hate vibe, rather. You know, we're just trying to build. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to build. And just give some people some places to go where, you know, they could chill and be safe.
And hopefully we get Boogie to speak in there because she got a
Copy
voice.
that. Copy that. I'll be checking you out for the next one.
All right,
You know, I'll keep
listen,
you
I'm
posted.
here. You know I do that poetry thing, so I'm here.
Definitely keep you posted on that. On top of that, you know, I'm also a Cast Studios representative. So Cast Studios is like a media production platform. It's basically a media production studio. You can look at Unc Kareem the Dream. He's the man in charge. You know, again, commercials, videos, documentaries, a track, album. We got studios in there. You know, whatever your vision is, we can help bring that to life. You know what I mean? Again, at Cast Studios, Kareem the Dream. On top of that, I have a cleaning business, Heartthrob Cleaning Services, for all your commercial and residential cleaning needs. You know what I mean? I'm your boy CEO Ro. If your establishment isn't becoming to you, you ought to be coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 267-475-1642. I appreciate all these plugs. I appreciate all these plugs. I love y'all for this. Because this is what I do.
This
like,
what we
you know,
here to do.
again,
we gonna get into that
I'm
Heartthrob
working.
name in a minute though.
Yeah,
Go
well,
ahead.
I'll keep going. And then the last thing, which is, you know, a main thing is, I am an out of left field podcast representative.
OLF.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the gang every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Shoulders down.
Shoulders down. Hashtag shoulders down, man. Shouts out to the gang. You know what I'm saying? Go to YouTube, subscribe, comment, and like, please.
Absolutely.
Out of left field podcast.
Now, who the hell starts a cleaning service and names it Heartthrob?
Well, it didn't really have to do with the physical. I mean, I'm a handsome young man, but it had nothing to do.
I give you that.
Again, it was more based towards, you know, people. When you want stuff clean, people fall back in love with whatever it is again. You know what I'm saying? People.
That's a fact. You
it's
wash
a
your
love
car
thing,
and
you
it's
know
a
what I'm
whole
saying?
other car again.
Yeah, it make you feel better. Being clean makes you feel better. I mean,
That's true.
you know what I mean? Space, anything. And what I do, you know what I'm saying? It makes people, you know, it's a room they needed to get cleaned out and turned into something, so now they can have another purpose for it.
And I dig the name because it wasn't the traditional play on clean.
Copy.
You know what I mean? It was an original name,
Yeah, copy
but
that.
kind of find out it is a play on clean after all.
Yeah,
He just a rapper and don't even know
it's
it.
just got, you know, wordplay is crazy, man. Wordplay is crazy. But yeah, commercial and residential. Certain things I can't speak about, certain contracts, but we in it to win it. We doing it. We trying to give back to the community. I employ a crew of 5 people that are from the community. It's definitely going to grow. I'm on paper. I'm legit. I'm licensed and bonded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm legit. You know what I
He's
mean?
able to, if you need to get situated, he's able to get you situated too.
Got
If you're serious and you really want to do some things, he'll learn you some things and get you bonded and licensed and all of that.
Yeah, copy that too, bro. That's the people do reach out to me for stuff like, oh, how can I start this? Or how can I start a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I point them in a direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, again, I don't have time to really focus on what your whole thing is. You feel me? But I will point you definitely in the right directions.
Yeah, definitely.
I will definitely, which will get you started. You know what I mean? If you do
Super
it correctly,
important.
yeah, it'll get you started.
Yeah, quick question for you. So, I know sometimes you can't work with youth because of licensure and all that stuff. But if I have some youth that might need some, I don't know, a couple dollars to help you with a job or something, can we hook that up?
We definitely can hook that up. I'm definitely looking to get with the city to see if we can clean up all the lots.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then we can do that as an initiative as we coming together, and we can get the youth paid because they're coming in through, you know what I'm saying, you know, your organization. You feel what I'm saying?
Listen, I know the guy that does the lots with the youth, so let's make it happen.
I'm definitely. I will definitely collab. I'll get your information. I'll be calling you.
I'm
Yep,
excited.
let's do it.
I'm excited.
We can
One
clean
thing-
South Philly up.
Right? I got a hype.
We can clean South Philly up. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yep,
that'll be
let's
dope.
get it.
One thing I want to say before Sav gets in, because I know Sav got some questions. Just a basic question that I gotta ask a lot of people that move and shake, entrepreneurs and hard workers for the community. How has this last year affected what you've been trying to accomplish? What have you learned during these times and so forth? Well, anybody can go first.
You go first, bro.
Oh man, like it's like I've been doing basically my cleaning on the side for a long time. A lot of these hustles that I have, I've been doing for a long time. I've just been having my foot in a lot of them, and it's been growing. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give back. I just want to be a platform. I have many platforms where I can give back. I hope I'm staying on course of what your question
You good?
was.
Go ahead.
I just want to give back. I'm in a position now. You feel what I'm saying? You know, a year ago, I wasn't in position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I grinded. I worked hard. Just every day I wake up with a purpose. Every day I wake up with positive motivation. And you know, I'm not to say I'm perfect, and I might slip up sometimes. But at the end of the day, I try to give good energy and vibrations into the earth. I still don't take no BS. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, I'm definitely trying to give back, and I've done that with starting about a year ago.
Well, see, that did answer my question. That's why I wasn't going to stop you. Like, ain't nothing slow about you, brother. Get that knowledge. But go ahead, Boogie.
That's that SP attitude, man. I love it. Like, I think last year, it woke up the beast inside of me for real. Like, a lot of people complain about 2020, but I think I love 2020. You know, it forced me to sit down. It forced me to create better systems for my organization.
Mm-hmm.
It forced me to realize how needed I was in the community, in the sense of not even being cocky, but just on some, like, I know that I'm bringing positivity to a particular area. I know that what I do is kind of like I'm cut from a different cloth. And I used to be ashamed of that. Like, I used to be ashamed of the way that I love and the way that I really care about the hood that I live in. So I'm like, dang, man, no. And I used to work behind the scenes a lot, but I'm like, no, it's time for me to be on front lines. Like, you know, I'm very vocal, but I'm also such an introvert. Like, I like to just chill and be by myself. But I'm like, no, my voice is definitely needed. I got a gift, and God is like, look, if you don't use your gifts, I'm gonna take them from you. So I was like, all right. So 2020 showed me that at the end of whenever it's my time to go, I just want to reach God and be like, look, God, I use everything you gave me. Like, what's up? Like, so that's what 2020 did for me. It motivated me.
Well, you followed before you led, which is important. You did not do anything. You said you did the background thing. That's important. That's important. And then when you found the purpose to start your thing, you moved on it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, we could, like, you better off helping somebody till you really figure out what you supposed to do or what you could add to the situation any damn way.
We were just talking about that before the show started. I think everybody has to understand that, especially from our community, right? We come on each other's podcasts. We want to big each other up. You dig what I'm saying? We want to grind with each other. You want to help each other out. I'm going to post this once it's available. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm going to work just as hard as for you as I'm going to work for myself. So we all can have something. You know what I mean? I'm not here to just piggyback off of their thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's what people got to understand, man. You got to work, man. You got to put work in. Just one last thing. The rappers, a lot of the rappers, they might not know. A lot of the successful ones wrote for people before you even knew who they were. They gave you all that content and all that vibe for somebody else and you didn't know before you even knew who they were. They had to write. They had to write their way into the game. And in return, as the brother was saying, in that process, you're learning the business.
Exactly. I think that that's some of our issue as a generation. We don't want to learn, and we don't want to take the time to learn, and we don't want the patience. And then, like, working behind the scenes, I've seen a lot of mistakes. Like, I had a lot of my ideas stolen from me. But then my thing is, you can't steal from somebody what they'll gladly give for free. And then and as I evolved a little bit, I started thinking a little bit like, you know what? I couldn't do that idea anyway. So I'm glad they implemented it and tried it. And now I see the mistakes they made, so I could do it the way I wanted to do it to begin with. Or
I'll be on that.
Or at least if they took my idea, somebody is being reached and helped. So if you took something from me, obviously you needed it and it needed to go to a particular place. That's the way I'm starting to look at things now. So
I agree with both of y'all 100%.
Right. So it's interesting because one of the questions, you're right, you know, I got some things in the back of my Rolodex. I'm just sitting here just absorbing it all. But something that both of you, and it's funny because first I wanted to ask Ro about this, and then Boogie Rose, you kind of like touched on it at first. But for me, I admire both of you. Like, it seems like your core values, right? To me, the things that you speak about are very in tune with what I believe in. Ro, you talk about being a resource. And I always say my ambition in life is to be a walking resource. I just want to help people just through information. One of my taglines for the magazine is helping through information, right? And Boogie Rose, you as well. You talked about, for your community, like you are, one thing that you mentioned when you talked about the different hats that you wore that I thought was interesting was you said that you're a community member. And a lot of people don't really identify with that we're a part of the community, right? And the role that they play. But back to my question, I want to know about the roles of maybe, like, who molded you? I know the reason I said this for you, Rose, you said your aunt taught you everything. Mm-hmm. Ro, I want you to get more into it, but Ro, who taught you? Because of your mannerisms. For me, I want to know, like, how did you get to be the person you are and have those ideas to be CEO Ro? Because you're a real CEO. So how did you get there?
At the end of the day, life molded me. I'm not going to say my mom didn't help, like, start the process. My mom helped me learn how to survive without her being around. You dig? When she started that track in me, you feel me? Like, being independent, being able to think for yourself. Don't be a follower. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
and he's always been that way. I tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, like I'm a leader. Like, I'll even be quiet for a minute and let them talk or do whatever and hear what they got to say. But I'm a leader. I'm not going for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? I come from a dangerous place like we all have. But like I stated, life has molded me. My life has molded me. I've survived. I've walked different, platforms. I've done a lot in my life. You know what I mean? Just like we all have. But I've learned from those experiences. I've remained open-minded. I'm not shutting it out because there's so much to learn. You know what I mean? There's so much to take in. You know what I mean? And in the process, like I said, I'm not perfect, but I try to be aware of my actions. You know what I'm saying? And also, I would say my thought process and my decision making.
Introspection.
You know what I mean? My decision making, especially as an adult, it doesn't affect me. It affects a lot of people. If I go off as a man, it affects a lot of people. I had to literally learn that I have to control that anger. I have to discipline, you know what I'm saying? And once I learned that, now I can apply that to every other aspect of my life. And you can see me operating on so many levels on a successful platform because I've taken those lessons and those, because first I had to get me right. And then I applied it to my businesses. I don't have to walk through South Philly looking over my shoulder.
Right.
You know
that's important. And that's understated. I
don't have to really go through the city. I mean, we're going to keep our third eye open. Anything can happen. Don't get me wrong. Right. But like I stated, how I move through life, it molded me on how to move. I know James is not where I'm from. Excuse me, my man Sammie.
Both.
You know what I mean? He's not from where I'm from.
I know that all that.
Yeah, he's not from where I'm from. He's not. I love him. He's not. We go back grade school days. He's not from where I'm from. So I got other relationships like that too. You know what I mean? Life molded me.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I want to add to the question before Ro finishes, I need a mantra that both of y'all that have helped y'all get to the point of life. I think those are important. So, Ro, before we go to Boogie, do you have a mantra, something that you've always relied on to just, a quotable or something?
I don't know, man. There's so many of them. I don't want to be cliche, man.
But they all cliches for a reason. We had that conversation.
Really, man, like, to be honest, don't sleep on your potential. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on your potential, meaning you have a lot of potential, but you'll downplay yourself. You'll say, no, I can't do that when you can do that. You never tried. You didn't take a chance. You know what I'm saying? You didn't continue to do it. Like, once you started, it got a little difficult. You had to fall off for a couple years. Maybe you got to come back. You feel what I'm saying? You just keep going. I've been through it. I can keep it a bean with you. It wasn't easy. You can feel it from me. It wasn't easy.
Don't sleep on your input because you keep downplaying heavy shit. Boogie.
Yeah. I know. I'm mad to be up in the Zoom. Man, we got to man.
Right? This is what you get. You get this. Trying to tone it.
I 100% agree with Ro. I feel like life definitely molded me. I've been through a lot, and I think that's what makes me relatable to a lot of people. Like, just everything that I've been through. Like, I don't think there's anything out there that I haven't been through. And if it is, I'm still willing to learn from it. My Aunt Rose, she definitely taught me how to cook, how to be an entrepreneur. She was my first teacher.
Shout out to Aunt Rose.
Yeah,
Fly
well,
girl
I
for
was
real.
transitioned on, but she,
Rose.
yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I had a lot of key people and key players in my life. You know, my aunt Jen is my dad and my uncle pretty much did a lot of community work, so I kind of followed up in their footsteps as well.
Dope.
You know, in South Philly, it's like kind of your family. If you got a big family and you from like the OG South Philly, then you pretty much my family and different families like that. So our family ain't really play. You know, I couldn't really do too much anyway, and I was always the good kid at school. So even when I wanted to do dirt, no, Boog, you can't get into this fight. We need you to do something better. So I was always around those kind of OGs.
Blessing.
And yeah, that is.
Absolutely.
No, I got into some things, but just not.
I mean, you gonna get
right.
into some things, but sometimes you need people that can protect you from yourself from a vantage point of your parents.
Yes, yeah.
I remember riding my bike down Upsall, and I wasn't supposed to go that far over or be in the street. And by the time I got home, somebody done called my mom and said that they seen me riding my bike down Upsall. She needed to know that shit.
Yeah. And that's what I'm about to. I'm about rebuilding the village. Like I got a couple of neighborhood sons. They're like, don't call me a neighborhood son. I'm just your son. So I got a couple of neighborhood sons where their mom might call me up and I'm like, listen, I know that we women and that some of these sons do need men in their lives. But sometimes the women, we there, we on it.
But I kick it to my homies all the time. I'm sorry that a lot of people, even stars, don't want to be role models. But if you're somebody that's a decent man and you live in the city, you have probably 20 to 30 young people that look up to you around your way. And how you engage with them and what you present to them and what they see out of you means a lot. And you can make a difference through them. And we could always pick the leader out. You get a couple of the leaders and you put something in their head and they'll get the rest of them in line. They'll at least know what not to do on that block. You know, we got to take initiative.
Yeah. Yep, I completely agree with that.
On all levels.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I guess some mantras that I live by. I definitely keep God first. That's definitely like the number one thing. The second one would be my dad. I tell him all the time. He sat me down one day and he was like, Mar, listen. You either gonna be influenced or you gonna be the influence.
Absolutely.
And I thought about that, and I also thought about how he always told me if I ever find out somebody kicked your ass, then I'm gonna kick your ass. So I put them two together. Right. So I put them two together, and I always was like, listen, I'm gonna be the best at whatever I do because if the world beat me up, Dad gonna beat my ass, or like the family gonna get me. So I was like, all right, I gotta rock out. So I just always took that like to heart. Like, I gotta be the influence. I can't let nobody influence me. I gotta be on my own type time.
And see, like, I think everybody so far has said dope things. And I think that one thing, because I know this beautiful young lady on the screen, we all have multiple. You know,
I was about to bring mine out for them.
We all
too,
have
so.
multiple. But go ahead. That's what I was about to say. You could get
So my all-time favorite, I have two, but my all-time favorite, I was just looking at my high school yearbook really like 2 seconds before I came up here. And my all-time favorite one is do not follow where the path may lead. Instead, go where there is no path and leave a trail. And I think for both of you, that applies. Like for both of you, I feel like my favorite mantra, both of you are living through or are living proof of. So that's my absolute favorite one. So I just wanted to apply that to you too, and let you both know that.
Oh, thank you. Like, and that's decent too, trailblazing. But it's hard to trailblaze because there's no mistakes before us, right?
But that's what makes you a trailblazer. See, we moving. You're just moving, and your movement is so such a purpose and so positive that you're just creating as you go along. You feel what I'm saying?
And because it's so organic, you're doing what's supposed to be done anyway. Like, that you're following what your true steps are because it's organic. It's not like you're following anybody. Again, you're forging your own way. So.
Well, one thing that I tell people, and that's why I always like to salute people, because everybody has ideas, right? It's one thing to have idea, and y'all spoke to like even how you'll start towards an idea. Rose said it, and it might not go a certain way. Other things might come in a way, and you'll let it go. So to have an idea like both of you have had, like Sav had with her platforms and everything she's done in life, figure it out, make it a thing, and then be in a position to be able to blow it up, to make it more accessible, to provide more opportunities, jobs, looks through that, to provide resources and networks through that. is a hell of a fucking thing to do, and it's a beautiful thing to be done, and it has to be done on all platforms. It has to be done in all ways. Just like the brother said, well, I have my own company and this is what we do. You said I got some youth that might be able to benefit from that. You know what I mean? And within a certain age range, and if we can get certain things figured out that's supposed to be available to us, then we can make something beautiful out of that.
Yeah.
But that's because of what he already did. That's because of what you already did. But what y'all have left to do is so vast. It's like LeBron upside when he was 17. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
we're still at the ground level. We've gotten these things off the ground, but there's still so much more we could do.
Right.
Everybody's network triples on this phone call.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? At least.
That's so true.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
And you know what you saying, that it definitely puts me in mind of like every Saturday when we go out there. I mean, it's not just black people that's out there. It's black, white, Asian, people that can speak English, people that can't. And we cross so many different barriers. And I'm just thinking about what you're saying about platform. And it's just like people don't understand kindness is everything. Like for me, I feel like love is currency. You know what I mean? It's like
It is.
people don't understand just smiling at somebody. Like I stand on the corner and I don't care if people call me weird, whatever, and I wave at everybody and they got used to it. So now when I don't wave, people are honking at me like, yo, what's up? And it's like just being a happy person. People don't understand what a difference it can make in somebody's life.
It's contagious.
And yeah, and you were saying like just welcoming opportunities. And I think just being there on that corner has provided an opportunity for our neighborhood. Like we got fruit trees in the hood, y'all. Like we got 2 apple trees and a pear tree in the hood, in the gardens. Like, you know, I never heard of that. Like I see black people like, they set up a tent. They set up a tent and like actually camped out on the lawn across the street. Like what? They feel safe enough to do that in the hood?
Y'all about to get a new nickname down there.
What's that?
I don't know. They gonna call y'all Little Kingston or something.
Oh,
No,
man.
I don't know if it's gonna get that bad. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know.
They gonna be like,
I don't know.
it's rough around the corner, but it's fruit trees right
keep it
there.
saying this, you know what I mean?
They gonna like, you go down there, it's crazy, but it's fruit trees right there.
It has
Right
its trash,
there,
but we working on cleaning that up. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
man, the whole city has things that we need to get done, and that's why I try to show up for my people when I can. Even with Rose speaking of his event earlier, he has the one coming up. I'm gonna try to be there. I'm gonna try to have my face in the place. But if I'm not there, I'll definitely be at the next one. Only because the scheduling has been hectic lately, and I don't like to tell people I'm gonna do things unless I know I can do them. But everybody knows that if I can be there, I'm gonna show up. I wasn't on them cold ass steps because it was fun. I was on them cold ass steps because it was necessary and because I was supporting people that are trying to do things for this community and to better themselves in this world.
Copy that.
And it's and ironically, I wind up out there with a lot of people that I see all the time when I'm running my race, doing the things that I do, and they out there for the same purpose I'm out there for. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Chick with the Juice for hosting. I got to see her hosting chops. I was proud of her that day. She killed it. You know, I seen Kay Walker, who was somebody that I regularly run into on the circuit that was there for a positive reason, and partially because I told him. I introduced him to Sister Talia at the Philly Hip Hop Awards. But it just felt good. It's nice to know that the people, Del P, people that I already support year round, are out there, and then I got to see dope people like Boogie Rose, and I got somebody like Saf that was so proactive that she got to you before I did. You know what I mean? Like I love that. That's ill. That's dope. But here we are. Go ahead, Saf.
I was gonna say it was dope meeting you guys too, and then just hearing everything that you had coming too. Like sometimes it's hard as organizers to meet other dope organizers that's not full of like, we can curse on here, right?
Yes, man.
I'm messing with y'all.
Please.
Yeah, that's not like full of shit though, for real. Like people don't understand that when you doing the work and you really out here trying to help people, it's people that do not want that. It's people that don't want people to be hopeful. They want them to be hopeless. So when you're doing good things, they'll put blocks in your way. I had food connects like just mess up on me out of nowhere, but we still like God will always provide though. So that's my thing.
Always tap in. Don't be shy. Let anybody whose face you see right now know if you have any ideas of what you could possibly need to make your thing better, run smoother, you fall short, whatever. Just let us know, because everybody out here doesn't mind talking to people. So we know a lot of people, and we all grew up in this city where it is no 6 degrees of separation. It's only 2 or 3.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a big fight coming up, y'all, because we going private owned property. So,
well, I mean, let us know what's going on, and I also have connections to the city.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
I'll holler at them councilmen and women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I let my old heads know.
And yeah,
they politic.
Pull them together. Pull the resources
they
together.
Definitely politic.
Let them see what's done. You got proof of concept.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So that's what I was going to ask. So my next question for Boogie Rose was actually, you guys actually just made a segue though, and you kind of spoke on it, but what else do you need? What type of resources? How can someone help you that wants to help you? Like, what can they do?
All right. So I recently, I found out maybe like 2 weeks after we started building the garden and we knew that it was going to take off, that it was on private owned property. So it is a developer that we're trying to talk to and communicate with, but for some reason he's always traveling or something like that. But we've been talking to the listing agent. So we may have to buy the property. We may have to talk to our councilman or our state rep. So what I would need is just pretty much just support in terms of, we might have to make phone calls. So like a phone bank. We might have to just show up. You know, I'm a fan of pulling up. I love pulling up on people. So, all right. So we might have to pull up on like our councilman or our state rep. We might have to pull up on other officials, but just pretty much just support. And then, of course, we can always use financial resources. Like if you guys want to donate some money, donate some time, some love, support, repost, or something like that. If you see my stuff on Instagram, that's pretty much it.
We're gonna bring the whole fly team out one Saturday, Si.
Yeah.
We're gonna all come out there and do y'all good. Only reason I'm not gonna say this Saturday is because we got a video shoot after Fly Day.
Okay.
you said Saturday, right? Saturday, right?
Saturday morning.
At what time is Saturday morning? Because I'm right around the corner, so I might could just come around and just help you give some boxes out.
Yeah.
Okay. We usually out there Saturday. We say before 10. We don't say color people time. We say human time because we humans and we do things. So, so we out there usually Saturday before 10 a.m. We all set up and everything, and we usually last until about maybe 1 or 2 or until everything is gone. Oh, we don't just give away food either. We give away like strollers, bassinets,
dope,
brand new stuff. Like,
and that's not to say I won't be there Saturday. I'm saying as a team, I'm not gonna sign the team up.
I got you.
Knowing that we got mothers and all type of stuff. So we got you. We gonna figure it out.
And I appreciate y'all too for your support and everything.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. And I need you to come through glocawear one day and speak on your initiative too. We're gonna get it on all of the platforms.
I was gonna say that we should have on both so actually when we met her, I think we just started, so we haven't even talked about glocawear yet. I told about the pie, but we have 2 shows. I'm also a co-host on Fly Girl Friday Radio, and he's the host on Flyboy Radio, which is at glocawear radiostation, an amazing radio station. So we would love to have you there too.
Yeah, we just won Best Internet Radio Station on the Philly Hip Hop Awards again.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey,
thank you.
And I'm familiar with glocawear too. You guys used to be across the street from this place where I used to do my podcast. Y'all was across the street from Miss Jody with what was it called?
What street?
It was right on Old York Road.
Yeah,
are y'all still on Old York Road?
2 blocks down.
Yeah. Okay.
Right down across the street, couple blocks down.
Yeah.
Block and a half down.
That's what's up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. No, we would love to have you. And as far as it goes, you would just we would double up. Their show was at 3, my show was at 4. We both get you some time on, and then you can do what you gotta do. But I definitely want to be able to let people know, because there's so many. You know, you never know who's who and who's listening and who's watching at any given time. And this stuff lives on the internet too.
Hi. This is Juice from Elevated Entertainment. Is this Font Production?
Hi, this is Kay with Font Production.
I am calling because I like to get some information on getting my business in order.
Okay, let's see what you have already. Do you have an LLC?
I do not.
Cool. Is your name already trademarked?
I think that is something I would like to get trademarked. I didn't even think about that.
Awesome.
I will be, and I do have a few artists that I work with, and I need to make sure that all of their business is taken care of and their music is covered legally.
Okay. Do you have those registered with a pro?
I do not.
What about your songs? Are they copyright?
One does, the others don't, but this is the reason why I'm calling, because it's time for me to get all of those things in order, and it seems like you do all of them.
I certainly do.
One-stop shop.
Absolutely. Let's get started.
I love it.
So
Right.
I think
And I
it's
thank
okay.
y'all for your support too. Like just the love that I feel right now. Even though I know we on computers, but you know what you know love.
Feel
Love.
the energy. You feel it.
Yeah.
It ain't the same. It's not the same as being in person, but this works too.
Yeah.
This works too for now, and then it's greater later. We coming up on our 100th episode.
Oh.
Congratulations.
So we're gonna have a little
Yeah.
thing, COVID safe, of course, and probably just send the camera around the room and let it like wet reception.
Copy.
Everybody, talk about the pod and all that. But we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some special people there. Depending on what the regulations are around that time, will depend on how many or what venue we have to get. But we're gonna put something into it to make it real nice, and we're gonna have fun. Play some board games, some card games. Not spades though. I don't want to play nothing that's gonna start no
Hopefully
fight.
we can look in the Cabinet Cast Studios.
Right.
Well,
But wait,
let's-
I got a
We
question
can
for
do
you
it at
though.
the studio.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
We can
Do
definitely-
y'all need
I would
anything
love to
from
do
us?
that. Will cross branded, huh?
Do y'all need anything from us? Like, is there any way that we can help you guys, like, or anything like that, besides reposts and shares of the show or anything? Because my whole thing is I'm all about mutual, being mutual.
The thing is, we randomly have things that go on, and we're gonna have more things that come along. So we'll keep you abreast. But right now, we're gonna work on what's in front of us.
Got you.
But I appreciate it. You will be tapped on the shoulder when it's your turn. But that's also not what we do it for, because doing it for you, if you're doing it for the community, then that's doing it for us.
Right.
Right. And we got to start there first.
Right.
That's most important, is that you doing it for us, and if you need help, then we're gonna figure out the best ways to accommodate that.
Right.
Mhm.
Say less. I got you.
Yeah. Anybody, go ahead, Ro.
Well, for me, the reposting and all that good stuff, and that's great for me in my business. You know what I mean? Cast Studios is not, again, it's just not a media production. It's also for parties, bar mitzvahs, photo shoots, family, portraits, whatever, all that good stuff. We stage, we do all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna check y'all out, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it.
No doubt.
That makes sense. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, even for yours, Rose, you know what I'm saying, is like whatever idea you might have for the youth, you know what I'm saying? Like you might have a vision, or you might want to shoot something for the youth, you know what I'm saying? Come down and check us out, man. We could definitely make that, that vision come to life.
And you know what's crazy too? I don't think it's a bad idea for the community to provide family portraits.
Ooh.
That's why I said that. That's important, because we get away from certain things, man.
They ain't at Kmart no more like they used to
No.
be. Like, you know what I mean?
JC Penney's and all that. Yeah,
Right.
they don't offer that no more. And
I don't think that's a bad initiative. I think that brings something to everybody's house that could benefit from that.
for your kids and all that.
And
That's
make it a thing.
yeah.
Make it a thing. Have some people there that could provide information and whatever. Yeah.
Right. Or I'll take it one step further. We got a lot of kids missing and everything. Let's bring back those little identification cards or whatever, where we have the kids' names on it, the fingerprints.
The
and
police police help with that. We can figure that out too. That's important. I remember doing that at my recreation center when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was mad because I didn't do it. Everybody else did. I was like, "Where are my cards?"
I was just hyped to have an ID, probably like you, but yeah.
My dad was like, "They ain't taking your ass. They giving you back. Yeah."
They probably gave you back.
I got a little crazy story. Kids need to know. Like one time, I really got in the car with this man, and he really just took me home. But I was like, he really could have took me. Like,
I heard this story recently, and I almost lost my mind. I'm like, are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. Like I was at the arcade, I was playing, I ran out of money. This man started giving me money. He took me to
As a
McDonald's,
man with
a Happy
homies
Meal.
with daughters and
then he took me home and he was like, "Where you live at?" And I told him where I lived at, and he took me home. But I should have never been there anyway. I was somewhere I shouldn't have been to begin with. Like,
and mind you, that's my heart. So I'm like, what, nigga?
I wouldn't have liked that. I still wouldn't have liked that. I wouldn't have liked that.
Anything could have.
Just me being a man, I wouldn't have liked that. Like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
No, and mind you, if we was the same age and she'd have told us that story after it happened, and it'd be like, well, da. But as a grown man,
yeah.
In hindsight, that's scary.
Yeah.
I don't bother.
That's scary in
Underage
hindsight.
girls. Say no. Like say no to Jason, say no to underage girls.
But thank God you good.
I was so thankful that he was a real good, like he told, like I really believe he said he was a firefighter. Like he really just seemed like a child that was like he
just
really
so happens firefighter.
He ain't go out of no, like he really. I was blessed that day. I think that.
Yeah.
I was blessed.
They're normally good, you know.
Hopefully.
Right.
That's what he told me.
I don't know. He was giving you money.
I
don't know. The giving you money part got me. I don't know.
I don't know why
I was playing game and I didn't have more money, so he just started letting me play. He was like letting me continue my game. Like,
okay. Dang.
No, I'm just talking about with intentions with children. And I don't count.
Right, integrity-wise, that's what I'm speaking
I don't
of,
count
right?
no profession out.
Anything, there's creeps in all professions. That's what I'm saying. It's a creep everywhere.
I don't count no professions out when it comes to these kids.
That's why we're saying it's a creep everywhere, definitely.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's another thing now. It's a lot of that.
Thank you, firefighters. Love y'all. B. Abney, you my guy.
Definitely. I love the firefighters, all the unions.
It has nothing to do with that. It's just when it comes to these children, man, you're not going to tell your kid just because they got a badge on the back of their license plate that it's cool to get in.
Right.
Right.
And these are different times.
Mm-hmm.
But even those times were way more dangerous than the times before. So we already know what it is. It's only going to get what it's going to get, and we got to prepare our kids for everything.
Yeah.
For everything. And they have to know who their resources is and who the people in the neighborhood that care about them and that they can come and talk to and that they can run to if somebody's following them are.
Yeah. And we need safe people for our kids too. Like I think that a lot of times parents think, oh, well, you my child, you're going to always talk to me. But it's like, no, sometimes kids don't want to always talk to their parents. They need to have safe people outside of that immediate circle that they can reach out and talk to about certain things they wouldn't talk to you about.
I watched episode. I watched the series on Netflix, the Brooklyn football team, the little kids. And at the end of the season, their coach had finally got a job, and he wasn't going to be able to coach the next season. But one of the things he told all those kids, he told them a lot before, after their final game. But one of the things that he told them was, don't ever hesitate to call me if you want me to come hang out with y'all. And I thought that as subtle as that is, people don't realize how important that is because he's the guy that they're going to talk to when they can't talk to anybody in their house. They feel comfortable with him. They know that he loves them and cares about them. And he's accessible to them till they go to college and beyond.
Yeah.
As 9-year-olds. You know what I mean? And I thought that that was important. I think that, and I say this all the time on here, I think my homies, just like I was going to salute you for being a teacher, and my folks that are coaches all the time, because just like I said, we have those 20, 30 on our block. They have 20, 30 in front of them at all times. And that's a big deal.
60, 90 sometimes.
You know, so I want to salute the ones that it's their life to get that done and to mold and to make sure these kids are safe and all of that. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm big on. But I thought that was important that he told them, just let me know if you want to hang out.
You know what's interesting that you say that too? Like, if anybody ever listens to rap music, for real, like maybe even a Meek Mill song. I remember he said it once, and he was like, yeah, F my teacher that said I would never
told me I never be shit.
Yeah, and it's like, everybody has a story about a teacher. Hopefully they don't, but has a teacher that told them that he wouldn't be anything. So it's like, you know, we really make a difference, and we really impact people's lives. Like,
well,
you know,
a lot of these kids' teachers was just running around the Capitol January 6th.
Right.
So like in these systems, you will run around that more often than not, and a lot of rappers lied about it. But at some point, there was somebody in authority that frustrated them with wanting to strive to be better in that vein.
Right, but I think
and a lot of the times it was somebody that wasn't making more than $60,000 a year, so it was easy to shit on.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, if you put it that way, yeah. But I think that's why it's so important, though, when you're in a position like that. Like, even what you said about the coach, you know, like if the coach was to say the one wrong thing, and people don't understand the pressure that's on us as teachers or people that's kind of looked at in that kind of profession. You know, like if we say the wrong thing and we mess somebody up for life, you know, like I accidentally might have had a bad day and I said something to you accidentally that one day, it's a wrap.
And we're human and we slip, but we have to be intentional about what we do at all times around these babies.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And that's the thing. So that's why we get so offended and we get so weirded out when we see certain levels of things that happen, because it's like I don't even want to upset this child. and you would abuse or neglect this child. And it's very scary. It's very scary. It's very scary. But that's why I salute y'all. That's why like I said, down to the coaches, whatever, however you want to put it. Like these people on a constant basis have to give their own time, resources, knowledge, and it always goes outside of whatever was put in front of them to teach.
Yeah.
Always.
The motivators.
It ain't never just about math class.
right. Or English. Mom. Oh my God, don't get me started on that.
But I had teachers, and she was there. I had teachers that told me if you behave during creative writing, you could write a rap, and during downtime, you could perform it in front of your class. And that made me feel like I had something to work towards all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Gave you a purpose.
And I'm still writing raps, and I'm busting ass with them. I ain't him, but I one of them.
See, that's these, and you got that fine memory of that teacher, though, right?
No, I appreciate that. I had one that used to when I didn't want to do other things, she would just let me write poems, and I got, as a young person, I was published through poetry. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And understood what that meant.
Poets and laughter.
Yeah, look.
No, it's real. I mean, bro, I'm pretty sure I can slow down half of my stuff and it'll be a great spoken word. Just because I don't write nonsense mostly. Unless it's a club record that we just have.
Copy that.
Then we just having it. But I'm having a great time with y'all, yo. Everybody that have a drink, well, you can swig your water too. We'll let your water slide because you the teacher.
I appreciate that.
Look at that Sammie glass that the side. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh, wait, y'all got your logo on the cup. Is that what I see?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh, that's nice.
I got shot glasses too. Got my face on one side. Coasters.
Oh, that's nice. I love it.
Sam Danner's.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's around.
See, I just gotta get some hair for that, John. I don't have no hair.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. And it's reversible. COVID mask.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Super good. Yeah, I mean, keep it in your back pocket. You always got your mask on. You never gotta run back to the car.
Copy that.
Smart thinking. Okay. I like it.
No, but that's one thing that is important too in a great fundraiser, especially for a lot of things that you do. The merch.
Yeah. We coming out with a line, a CHG line, Community Healing Garden.
Well, we may be able to help you with that too. So let us know what's going on because that's important. Because one thing that I tell people all the time, no matter what you do, a lot of people complain, and we see it on social media all the time. And I hate to bring everything to social media, but that's where people are actually being honest, where they act like it's not real. But they always complain about people not supporting them, but they only give people one way to support them. So if everybody doesn't come to your show, then they're not supporting you. But if everybody doesn't have time to get to your show, but they still want to support you, sometimes you can give them a little something. You say, "Ho, this is $20," and they say, "Well, shoot, here go 100. Give me 3 of them, and keep it." And they feel like they supported you, and that's more than they would have paid to come to your show, but they're not able to. People say you don't repost or promote my music. Well, maybe I got a job where I can't really promote what you do music wise, but I'll buy a hat and I'll wear the hat because it don't say nothing crazy on it. And then, that helps build your brand and things like that. And I contributed and I feel like I've helped you.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why, just like one of the things that you said when you asked the question about how could people be helped, you related it to multiple different things. You said that there's a cash way, there's a physical way, there's different ways to support. You could cash app somebody. You could drop off waters. You could lift waters out the truck and put them on it. There's all type of ways.
A letter for it. We can do all kinds of things.
That you can help. So I always recommend multiplying the ways that people can support one thing.
Right.
Because I think that we miss a couple dollars sometimes when we don't do that.
True. And I think people always are in their heads about helping. They're like, oh no, I want to do this. Like your time. I always tell people, if you can just invest your time and then if you can see whatever else is needed, that's cool, because people, they just don't show up. And
but they're bad on their own time. So it's not a personal thing.
Oh, no.
We live around people that brag about being late to work every day.
Well, right. Yeah.
And I'm like, so do you need the job?
Right.
But their entire life is 45 minutes behind schedule.
Dang. Okay, you're right. All right.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's really like what they say. People ain't robots, and no two people are alike. Like everybody's not going to be able to do what you can do, but everybody can be productive in their own way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because if they got that job, then maybe they could send $30 so that we could get these kids some water ice.
Yeah, but I think it's also a priority. but no, I think it's also a priority thing too, though. Like we got.
No, it is a priority thing, but people don't prioritize their own life.
Yeah. But wait, then you got some people that won't prioritize their own lives, but they're good at doing it for everybody else.
Because they ain't got nothing. That's why they late for everything. They worried about what the fuck you doing.
Perhaps.
They sat in bed too long going like this.
Right, on Instagram, right, on the social media, right.
Bro, tell me when I'm wrong, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like I see it myself. Like I post stuff about my business. My stuff is old, so when you see it, as far as me cleaning, I don't have a mask on. That don't mean now I'm not in the establishments cleaning without a mask on. You
that
mean
I'm not taking selfies every 5 minutes when I'm supposed to be cleaning.
I really don't. Like that's the stuff I don't.
And I don't clean around hundreds of people because I'm not janitorial. I'm the motherfucker that get the building right before you open.
Right.
Copy.
Right.
That's what it goes down. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not even really there doing it no more. That's those joints. Oh, I gotta remember to update and get the new stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, that's how I know what he's saying is true. People that's living and dying by that content.
No, you're right. No. I ain't disagreeing. You are absolutely right. But then it's personas too. Like we can really get into it. Like personas, people putting up fake images. It's like catfish in real life, though. For real.
Well, I live in a world where people think that if you don't do jail poses and had 3 chains on, you're not a rapper.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the rappers, not the fucking audience.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, bro, nothing against whatever, but you caught the bus here for that. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, man, like, and we've all struggled, but no, we better cash that shit in if it's real. I bet you it ain't.
I just want everything to
Trying
change.
to get you a fucking Lumina.
I just want everything to change from ops. Everything is not a fucking op, man.
Yeah.
Real rap, please. I'm old school hip hop. I'm some of the middle good hip hop. Everything is not a fucking op. Everything is not murder, death, kill.
Yeah.
You gotta have a moment to yourself. You gotta have peace of mind. You know, someone that comes from where you come from, living that life, you don't have a peace of mind.
That's why I make peaceful records. I have a song called Settle Down for a reason. You see what I'm saying? And in it, I say, sometimes I tell my homies, put the metal down and settle down. And settle down. You know what I mean? Like, breathe. But I also, people get on me because they like, you make so many club records. Do you realize that my life is more fun than anger at this point?
Right.
Do you realize that I could tell a different club story for 3,000 records and it'll be true?
Okay.
Like, I've done it that much, and I'm not a promoter. I ain't been a promoter in a long time.
But you're it's funny. You are a promoter, though. I mean,
to a certain extent, but like not, not as like. I feel like that's a career for people.
Right.
People pay their mortgages, baby mom, and rent off of a party thrown by 15 motherfuckers. And that's why so much drama winds up happening in that field a lot of the times. There's a lot of overlap. If you're across the street from that person, you're going to have to get into some street shit over a party. And I've been there. That's what made me fall back. Remember when I used to have Delaware Ave and 2nd and Chestnut and all that back? That's years ago. We fell back because at the time we was in the streets and we didn't get into no crazier shit than we was getting into throwing parties.
Oh, wow. That's wild. I would have never known that.
I had a DJ that was 19 and he taught me something when I met him. I met him downtown. We met on the bench. Soon as I met him, told him I needed to book him for something. He pulled out paperwork. Asked for his upfront money. Told me when he was scheduled to get his back money and all that. He was 19. He was too young to be in the club. We in the club in Old City. It's dead in there, slow. And at the time, you know, it was a party they used to build late anyway. Because people used to get out of the bars and then come to there. It was one of those things. Okay. So we knew what our crowd was, but he put a mix on and went outside and started handing out flyers. He didn't go across the street to Cebu, because we right across the street from Cebu. But he's on our side of the street. 20 people swarmed him in the middle of the street. Somebody come running to me inside talking about, yo, they about to jump the young boy.
Wow.
And they on that time though, bro. And I'm like, was he in your line passing out flyers to people? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are y'all so upset? But it's because they baby mom need that check. That Magnum need that check. That, you know what I mean? Everybody need that couple dollars that they about to split between 30 people. And me and my man is just doing this as a social event. Whereas if we have a slow night, we either buy everybody drinks or give everybody their money back. Because every slow night is between 3 to 5 nights apart when it was rocking.
Gotcha.
So it never was a thing. It's like, well, y'all out here, let's have a good time.
Gotcha.
So we didn't take it that serious, and that's what disenchanted me, and that's why I don't throw low-level events anymore. So I don't feel like I'm a promoter. I'll still contribute to putting on festivals. I still contribute to putting on concerts and real shows. I don't do showcases.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to deal with 30 people's money that don't really know how the business works.
That's true. You spitting some real stuff now. The showcases and all that. Yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
And I'll tell y'all another secret. The people that's throwing the showcases is the same dudes that used to run all the clubs, but they shut all the clubs down. So instead of saying we need 20 people birthday, they say,
Right.
you remember it used to be you if it's your birthday, up to 20 birthdays, you bring 10 people, blase blah whoopty whoop, right? Now it's 20 to 30 artists. You gotta sell 10 to 20. You gotta sell 10 tickets to pay for your slot and 20 to make a profit. It's the same flip.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to claim that lane. And I know I got deep, but if you understand how this game has shifted in Philly, you know I'm not lying.
But my flip is I'm only my admission to my event February 19th, Poets and Laughter.
No, that's not
$10.
That's not the same thing.
I don't want to go in your pocket. I just want you to come out.
This is a good show. And we got to separate ourselves from them kind of people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's sad because I want everybody to get their money, and I understand everybody's purpose is different. But, and this is a cliche, I'm on the side of the creative. I'm on the side of the artist. If I'm going to charge you, you're going to be in front of something. Last time I charged people, they was in front of 20 to 50,000 white people all day. Not 100 people that's all waiting their turn to perform or for their people to get on stage so they can run out of there right afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. They get like that. Yeah.
There's a big difference. I want to put you in front of some people. I'm not going to say that it's 80 A&Rs. You're going to walk in there and be like, damn, everybody was in this bitch. Because they support me. And they value my opinion when I say that I got talent.
Right.
Not just me leaving something open to everybody that got $150.
I want to just piggyback off that. I had somebody, because, I'm constantly promoting. When I'm in board or downtime, I'm constantly sending out that information to everybody I know, right? Yeah. And I guess a certain person was just afraid, I guess, to cash at me. And I was just like, I hope my integrity isn't on the line, like here. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can IG me at this particular person. I'm official CEO, bro, so you can see this is the talent that will be there. Like when I'm giving you as a show, I'm not giving you I'm giving you what spoken word artists are supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying? I might got a little bit of hip hop in there, a little bit of comedy, laughs in there, but at the end of the day, this is a spoken word event. Your souls will be touched. If I wasn't aiming for that, I wouldn't be putting on an event.
And that's why I can sit next to him and say what I'm saying, because like I said, that's a real event. That's a show. That falls in line with what I'm talking about. And maybe I shouldn't say I'm not a promoter, but janky promoter and promoter has meshed.
Yeah.
They've become one dude, just like hustler, enforcer, and boss have become one dude. Like you gotta be careful what you put out there as far as what your intent is, I guess.
Yeah, that's why when I said that's why when I said earlier, I was like, I don't want to say nonprofit, because now nonprofit has become synonymous with the bullshit.
So many other things.
Scandal.
Right.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Because promoter is something that is like, the game is the game. Nonprofit is supposed to be something that's sacred for good.
Right.
First of all, you can't even get the funding unless you fall into categories. It's certain you wouldn't even know unless you ever tried to apply or looked it up. But you got to fall into certain categories to get non-funding.
Let me plug real quick. Hold on real quick. Holla at PHANTPHILLY. If you need to get your paperwork straight, on Instagram, PHANTPHILLY. Font Philly. That's K Lady. She does my production and all of that. We on here through her right now. Okay. She'll get all you, even with nonprofits and all of that. I just want to give her a plug real quick. Go ahead. I'm out of this.
Got you. Dang, what was I going to say? Ro was saying pretty much like you got to get like legit money. But here's the crazy part. Like once you get real heavy in this organizational game and stuff, you'll start seeing that it's not really about what you know sometimes, but who you know.
Who you know.
And it's the
all the way to the NBA.
Definitely about that. It's corporate. That's corporate. See, once you get into the nonprofit organizations, you're still dealing with corporate people.
Now, this is something I want to tell people because we hold corporate at a level a lot of the times in business conversations. Mm-hmm. I was at a beer festival a couple years ago because I know the owner of Philly Beer Scene magazine, so we used to get in all them joints free. Mm-hmm. You know, so we tasting everything, and I'm running this table. We taking out emails because email lists are very important to this day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And selling T-shirts. And we talking to this older white couple, 2 old white people, and we somehow get to, what do y'all do? What do you do for a living? And the husband said, well, we worked in corporate America for over 20-something years, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. And we like, yeah, so what do you do? He said, fuck corporate America. Mm-hmm. He said, what do you mean? He said, man, biggest pile of bullshit I'd never, we had to get out of there. Best move we ever made. So now we intrigued, nigga.
It's a whole shit scheme, but go ahead.
So we like, so what do you do now? He said, oh, we rent these tents. He bought a tent company and rent the fucking football field size fucking canopy tents for the beer festival.
Oh, wow.
And falls back and walks around and looks at his money in the air while he's drinking beer.
Wow.
They cashed in their 401ks and flipped that shit.
It's the American way.
Yeah, wow.
You gotta get smart,
I just want, use it in your advantage, but please always believe that we ain't the only ones that be wanting out. Just do it. Make a plan and do it.
I just think that business is in the forefront now more than ever, especially speaking to the youth, than it kind of was when I was coming up.
That's why they ain't shoveling. These niggas is selling shit online.
They was trying to make us more of consumers, I feel, when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Not saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that you couldn't think outside the box, because we did. But now it's there. Like, it's really there to be
accessible.
Like now, like my son, like, as far as, his mental is concerned, by the time he high school, we got a business plan in motion.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying now? I know for a fact in 4 years, cuz you're going to have some bread. You ain't got to ask me for no money.
Right.
I'm going to still take care of you for this 4. But in this 4 years, this is a start. It's not, you know what I mean? But this is a good start. And regardless of what direction or whatever direction you may want to go in, this is a good start for you.
Well, this is a conversation I had on here recently, and it fits this so much, especially because of what Ro just said. I was watching a podcast with former NFL players, Ocho Cinco and them on there.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the guys, he was on a pod I was watching on the Drink Champs. Yeah, and he said, when I go to my accountant and he starts talking about my allotment for my children, I tell him to talk to them. He said, and tell them in a way that, relates to them, that they understand it. He said, and when I talk about allowance, I talk to them about their fund. He said, so I've been doing that since 3, one was 3, one was 5. For instance, I think it was the numbers, right? He said, now the one that was 5 is 7 years old, and he says, Dad, I want a Lamborghini. He said, yeah, well, he got his little 4-wheelers and his little, the cars that the kids got. Right. He said, we're looking to get you a little Lamborghini. He said, no, I want a real one. He said, okay. So tomorrow we're going to sit down and I'm explaining to you how we're going to start you a business. And by the time you're 12, you'll be able to buy it for yourself.
Right.
Now, to piggyback off of my own statement, one thing that we keep neglecting is that it's proven that these children can learn 5 languages by 5 years old.
Absolutely.
Right.
So you could teach them business by 7.
We're more of a sponge as we're younger.
Yeah, because you don't have all the blockage. You don't have everything in there. I got so many rap songs that I would delete just to make some more space. I know songs I hate. But like they don't have that blockage. They don't even have the boundaries that the world puts into your life to tell you can't.
Right.
They haven't received the backlash for trying it. They've never went through any of those things. So I think like what you said is perfect. But even with that is more. The more that he can do, the more that he can do that. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about a former NFL player, but at the same time, it's all the same game. It's just what level you on. You know?
That was a bar right there.
So what he's doing is perfect. Because that's, you know, shout out to Paulie Baby. She gives out tips all the time on Fly Girl Friday, Paulie Baby and the gang and
Loudmouth
podcast all the time about business and how to put your kids in a better position. But I also heard Joe Button say today, I'm going on rants, but he was saying his mom was telling him that he broke the generational curse. He broke the family curse. And he said, yeah, but no, because the thing that cursed the family was the lack of information, long story short. He had the information. Now that he has the information, his parents at their age are interested in trying to figure it out and making moves through a level that they never had access to before or understanding of before. So now he's learning so that they can do more with what they're trying to do with that. So he can, you know, but it's like the family's not cursed. It's shut down by lack of access and knowledge.
I agree.
I'm
agree.
Done. I'm done.
I just want to chime in a little bit on that, people. I just want to chime in a little bit on that, but don't beat them up too bad because again, it's what we were taught to how to survive.
Absolutely.
You dig what I'm saying?
You can't be mad at your predecessor.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a lot of us, depending on what class we grew up in, you were taught how to survive. You were taught how to make do. You know what I'm saying?
You were also taught that if you work somewhere for 30 years, they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
And besides
that, yeah, right. But that's what I'm saying. They taught us to be like the consumer, to buy into the system, to not say that you can become your own system.
In addition to what they taught us is what they didn't teach us, or the misinformation that we had as well. So one thing of what we were taught, and it's also what we weren't taught. So we're on a whole different like playing field than any of our predecessors were.
But we stand on their shoulders.
We do. We do. That's why we're on a different playing field, because we have information that they didn't have.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm. But
or provided for us, we was able to get from off their back, their blood, they sweat, their tears.
But that's what I'm saying. We can't really blame them because that's the system. That's the government or the powers that be that held that back. We could have been further along. They held that information back because they want to hold us back because again, they want us to buy into the system.
Right.
They want us to be the consumer. That way, we can continue to be the slave.
Which is all true, and which is why we don't need to beat that. But that's also
we're not.
That's also why everybody in this conversation fights so hard. To share. You know what I mean? Like we're understanding of that, and the children are more understanding than ever. They're more acceptable and relatable to other people's ideals than we've ever been. And I always give it up to hip hop because hip hop actually brought races together more than anything else that's ever happened that I've ever seen. But that's another conversation. What did you say, Sa?
You were talking about the kids before you went on a whole nother segue. I was saying from the mouth of babes. I was just saying how they say from the mouth of babes. So that's all.
Yeah. That's great. We learn a lot from our children too. Like, you know, just looking at the world through their perspective. You know, kids, even up until the point of, I would say probably maybe 15, 16, you know, the way that they look at things. If we could just take a moment and just pretty much look at how they view things, I think things will be a little bit better as well.
Absolutely.
Sam always says that about the biases or the stereotypes that you get. You actually just said it earlier in this conversation that the biases or the stereotypes that you build because of learned experiences, right? So that becomes through time. So even Ro was saying that too, like even about your experiences, and even Boogie Rose, you were saying that too, just about your environment and your community and the things that you see, they all mold and shape you, right? And that's us.
Yeah.
Right. I copy that because, again, we are the OGs now. We are the people that are responsible to carry this on. And if we do a shitty job, then what can we expect to be left?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We can't now, I just want, we can't look for anybody else to solve the problem. We are the solution because we are the OGs. We are the age. It's like we are the moms, the dads.
Just like
some of us even young grandmoms and grandpops or whatever. But we are the ones that people are looking to like, yo, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's one of those things that I was smacked in the face with recently because a few years back, my little cousin was like, 22, 23, had a good job. He was living in Florida. He like, we having a family reunion in Miami. I got it. Don't worry about it. I send everybody all the information. Y'all pay whatever. I got it. And you know how, I don't know if y'all know, my family reunion is pretty big. It's a huge undertaking. It takes a committee of a lot of people that's done it before and a couple people that's willing to do a lot of work to make it happen because the elders can't do as much. You know, it takes a lot because it's like a weekend to a week thing. It's 3 to 7 days depending on how you schedule it.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
yeah, it's a real thing, and it's always a travel situation if you're from up north because either we're going to the same place down south or it rotates from city to city. Okay. So he was taking it over, and he fell a little short, and we had to, you know, figure it out and, you know, make it happen somewhere else. It was cool, no problem. But when he did it, he made me realize, like, damn, it's our turn. He was the youngest, not the youngest, but the youngest within age range. And he tried to do it, but it's our turn to throw the family reunion. So that means, like, that's community, that's everything. Like, it's our turn. But it smacked me in my face because he tried to do it, and I salute him for it all the time because it's a motherfucking thing to do. Right. But like, he tried it, and he understood the importance of it.
He took it.
Wow. You know what's important about what you just said too? Like, with you saying that made me think. I think the youth are trying. You know, they're trying their best to figure out the world in the only way they know how. You know, they see these customs, they see these habits, and sometimes it's not always the best habits that they're looking at, you know, inside of their homes. You know what I mean? But they're trying to do what they can to survive. And it's like, and we beat them up for it. You know, Absolutely. Like, you know, a lot of times I'm not glorifying street life or nothing like that, but if that's all they know, because that's all that's in their family, how the hell are we going to beat them down for that? And that's all they know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I was just thinking about.
I don't look at people's actions beyond a certain point. Like, there's certain things that I can't see past, but within a certain reason, when it comes to hustling and things like that, I don't look at that more than I look at your heart and I look at your ambition.
Right.
What I try to do is tell you how to be smart and try to coax you into something that fits you better. But I'm patient with that. You know how many conversations I've had with young men to men my age, and I've had to explain to them that their mother was a woman? Like, just think about that. Like, she's Superwoman, but she's a woman. Your father's not around. In some instances, you're her man to a certain degree. You've dealt with women that think like your mother before, but you are mad at her because you expect so much, and you're at a point or an age where she's leaning on you for certain things or dealing with you a certain way, but she's a woman. And you know how many of them people have come back to me later like, yo, that shit helped our relationship a lot? But it's little things. Little tiny things. You know what I mean? And I don't say it to discredit women at all. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like, she's human too. Yeah. She's human. It's like, I got mad at an engineer and I said, I don't want to record there no more. And my man was like, why? And I was like, cuz I told him to do such and such and he ain't doing it. He was like, niggas ain't robots, B. Give him one. Might have been a mistake. Might have been overwhelmed. You don't know. Yeah. You know? And we got to give people one. We got to just realize that no matter how great they are, they're human. Yeah. Then we'll stop idolizing internet stars and nonsense because we'll realize they're human. We've all been around stars plenty of times. We've grown up with some. We've had impact in some of the people that are great people in this world just as a friend. But they're still human. Yeah. They still ate on my mom's couch and helped wash the dishes.
Right. But that's why I say we always got to operate in compassion and grace. And we always got to show and extend the same kind of grace that we want for ourselves. Like, you know, case in point, I got this homie where for the last month now, he was just flopping and all his business moves, just flopping. And even to the point where I'm a customer in his business and I couldn't really got nasty or irate. And somebody that I know did get nasty and irate, but I just called him and was like, listen, as a friend, what's going on with you? You know, like as a customer, I'm not liking your business. But as a friend, I'm letting you know I don't like your business. And he's like, yo, thank you for that. You know, thank you for just taking the time. That's important. Yeah. And he's like, like, and I also gave him some tools. I'm not the kind of person where I'm going to bring up a problem and not have a solution. So I'm like, all right, so I got this in this program. This is Asana. It's a project management tool. Maybe you can use this. You don't have an assistant. Boom. All right. And I was like, I also do consultant work. You know what? He said, oh, I got to pay you. Look, right now, obviously you don't got it. So we just going to worry about getting you the skill set that you need to get your business up and running first. And I think a lot of times we so used to giving up on people, and not operating in compassion and grace, or just being willing to talk shit about people. And it's like, all right, you talking shit, but what you gonna do about the shit you just talked? You know what I mean?
And that's why I fight against a lot of the narratives in our community. I fight against people making posts saying, well, people want you to support black business, but then black business don't do this and don't do that. Hold up, fam. Mm-hmm. I'm a product of black business.
Right.
My family come from barbershops. Her family come from media since slavery.
Awesome.
What's a smaller black business than what we come from?
Yeah.
And we were taught integrity. We were taught how to consistency.
Mm-hmm.
We were taught that you're not the only motherfucker on the block.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the most consistent.
And that's what it's about. My price could even be a little higher, but if my quality is consistent and I'm real with people, because you could, I've seen people sit in a barbershop and you know what I'm talking about, and you got a 12 o'clock appointment, the barber already 2 heads behind, then he leaves. Say he gonna go get a grub. I'm pretty sure he went and seen his chick in between. Come back an hour later, wants time to eat, starts eating, then tells you get in the chair, gets you ready, and then goes to show somebody something on a video game.
Yeah.
But he got all the clients in the barbershop.
He got the best hand too.
You ain't cutting my hair, bro.
Right. He the sharpest though. He the sharpest.
He the one with the hand. But you know what happened to him?
He gotta be the sharpest.
Instead of him being on the road cutting somebody for hundreds of $1,000s a year like barbers from Philly wind up doing, or moving to Atlanta and doing the same thing, he's a cop now.
Oh.
Talk to me, gorgeous. He cut every drug dealer in the city. He's a cop now.
I'm just saying that's a hell of a jump.
Yeah, that is. Right. I'm like, that escalated rather quickly.
You're a beautician, basically, barber.
He escalated.
And
right.
To be
yeah, right.
A police officer. That's a hell of a jump to me.
Bro, we used to go down to joint. He used to be down there. Like, what y'all doing here? Like, bro, we going to court. Like, wow. It's us.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yo, man, crazy shit. But no, we gonna get this wrapped, man. I had a ball with y'all. I want y'all to get everything off that y'all represent, that y'all got going on. Let people know everything they need to know before y'all get out of here. And then Sai will follow up, and we'll wrap this pup.
You want me to go first?
Oh, yeah, you can.
Boogie Rose, you want me to boogie first? You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I'll boogie first. I'll boogie first. Again, I'm your boy CEO Ro. Event, Poets and Laughter, February 19th at Cast Studios, 500 Edgemont Avenue, Chester, PA, 19013. Admission, $10, $15 at the door. Cash App, Daddy Ro Dollars. I got Heartthrob Cleaning Service for commercial and residential cleaning. If your establishment isn't becoming to you, you ought to be coming to me. Holla at your boy. And OLF Podcast every Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. Me and the gang. You can find us there. YouTube, subscribe, comment, and like. I'm out, man. I love y'all, man.
Shoulders down.
He's good.
Right. Now, let me see if I can match that. All right, so no. All right, y'all. It's Boogie Rose from Society's Roses community-based organization. You can catch me every Saturday before 10 o'clock human time, 31st and Wharton, South Philadelphia, zip code 19146, only because Rose said it. And also, I do consultancy work. We do a lot of workshops. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, is at Boogie Rose, BOOGIE ROSE. And we on everything. Like, we might need your help. I might need your support. As far as letters, financial, love, time, repost, shares. That's all. Thank y'all so much.
No doubt.
Absolutely. You know, we're there to help you in any kind of way. But this is Sunny Brick. You know, I'm in the building.
Yo,
Catch
yo.
me on the scene. Yo, yo. But no, see, this is the exit. That's the entrance, man. I was just, trying to get out this drink. But no, you can catch me on thescenemagazine.com for your positive platform. We have nothing but positive information from education to entertainment. Call it edutainment. But holla at us on thescenemagazine.com. Holla at your girl.
Also catch her on Fridays at.
You know what? Hold up, pause, because I got so much new shit coming in 2021.
Hey, talk to me, gorgeous.
Yeah, every Thursday, every happy hour, you can catch me here sipping with Sammie and you sitting with Sai. You can catch me every Friday from 3 to 4 with my girls, Chick with the Juice and Polly. Don't forget that effing baby. You can catch us at Glocawear, the greatest station in the nation, glocawearradiostation.com. Holla at me. Right there following us is my boy. He about to follow up on Fridays, that Fly Boy Radio. Holla at me, bro.
Absolutely.
Oh, you not ready yet? He ain't ready. So guess what? You can catch us on Fly Station in the nation. You ready?
I'm good. I was just making sure I let you breathe because I told you to do it. So I ain't want to cut you off after I told you to do the shit. But nah, man.
You got my veins popping out.
This has been another great episode of Sippin' with Sammie. We will have more of CEO Ro. We will have more of Biggie Rose. We will do a Trippin' with Sammie. I'm Boogie Rose. We will do a Trippin' with Sammie with Boogie Rose very soon. We ain't even tell her that. She's just learning that, but y'all gonna see that.
It works.
Make that a thing. We're gonna put as many eyes on these situations as we can. We will be coming through to fall through with I've been on OLF.
Poets and Laughter.
Poets and Laughter.
February 19th.
Yeah, Poets and Laughter, and we'll be there when Boogie Rose is there for sure.
Hey.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Have Boogie Rose on the next bill.
We got you. I got you.
No doubt.
No, that's what it is. But catch me every Friday on Flyboy Friday Radios, Glocawear Radio, the best happy hour in the world on the greatest station in the nation. Catch me every Thursday, 4 p.m. because I love happy hour. Sippin' with Sammie, the podcast, Sippin' with Sammie podcast. So I am Sippin' with Sammie. This has been and forever will be Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. And we see y'all next week.
No.
Hey.
Couldn't figure out what was happening, but trapped again, backfire from trapping in. Shit, ironic as hell, my pocket's loud in the cell while waiting on Tiny to post bell. Oh hell. What you looking for? They ain't ready. In the streets we can't cry no more. They ain't ready. Go fight right through the pain. They ain't ready. Now see me walk through the game. Can't find fears that ain't mine. Can't see big blind. Spend time showering shit time. Outside I'm on hills, all 10 grounded. Light tunnels with backwoods, sparkwoods countless. Nights pitch black, go legit. Switch back, loud pack, 6-pack, V8 hardly switch that. Ready to flip mattress, couches, and pout. Something about grinding it out. I'm so bout it. Ready to get what I came for. Same ball, plenty corners bent in my stint. I became more. When it became war, I gave them Armageddon. Born legend, Sammie the veteran, I would bet on him. Follow his lead, take heed, use caution. Never the one flossing. Respect due bosses. Respect who the Ross from up top. Sam Malone with Corey with me, women, I stop.